Hello, I'm George Goda, or Zero One Booster. Today, I'd like to talk about the startups and scale-ups. First, introduction to myself and our company. My background is a large electrical manufacturing company, top electrical parts company, and then I went to startups, and a startup was bought by the big telecom company, and we start accelerators. So far, our company 021 Booster is one of the top Japanese accelerator. Alignment. He is a famous Paul Graham is a Y Combinator's guy. He said, startup equal growth. It's a very good word. What is startups? Startups are organizations that aim for rapid growth. Lect2 is a startup. Startup is growing exponentially. On the other hand, general business is a linearly growth. These ways of the thinking and method are entirely different. Because why startup is growing exponentially? Because there is no market before they create markets. So the startup thinking or ideas sometimes are crazy. This table always shows the difference between the startups and small business. Although startups, for example, the revenues target is more than 100 million US dollar or 10 million US dollar. On the other hand, the small business targets 1 million US dollars. Model is, always seeking new business opportunity. This is a startup. On the other hand, small business is established business. They keep similar business. And startups are investable. That case, 10 to 100% year-on-year growth. And the mindset of startups are changing the world, and create jobs is many, and the team is a temporary and sometimes changing. But small business stable, and the talents are top talented, and small business are local talent. And the product service is startup is a new technology unfair advantage. Most they have many advantages. Example of startups. Well, Facebook still already big, but Facebook or Starbucks and so on. On the other hand, small business is a one coffee shop or contract development. This graph shows the startup two scale-ups. First, this one is a resource, people, money, technology. So at the side resource, startup is growing. But at some point, startup is scaling up, not additional many resource, but revenue just sharply increase. Startups experience these two steps. Why startups now? Startup economy is now reached to 3 trillion. It's very huge, almost similar as a Japanese market, Japanese economic size. And 7 of the top 10 largest companies in the world are in technology based on the startups. You know, it already, a level of a global economy cannot be ignored. Furthermore, it is rapidly growing. Innovation economics. This one is similar as a startup economics, but this one is older. Schumpeter, Joseph Schumpeter is very famous economic guy. He said innovation economics, so 1940 is very old. But in the past, the economic development was mainly through the flow of the people from the region to the cities and industrialization. But this era has come to an end. The time has come to rely on the innovation economics, which is an old concept but aim to create the market of the future. We need to make the future the market. And now it's unfortunate that we are under the COVID. 19. But situation of the labor market of startup completely changed. Now is a 5 to 10 times people go to startups. This one is the UK situation. And especially big tech corporation or traditional secure companies, very talented people go to startup. And many people go to startups, so the talented people, their labor cost is down, so reducing the price. So startups can hire the talented people more, and work from home has created a global talent pool. In Japan, we can see a similar situation. Top talent from the top university, for example, Tokyo University is one of the top university. The top layer go to startups. And not, and also big corporation, Japanese, a lot of talent people go to that large corporation, but not a small number of people are moving from the big corporation to startups. I'm also from the big corporation to startups. Startups is creating a new world. He's Keynes. Keynes is a very famous guy of the economic area. So he said, on spontaneous rather than mathematical expectation, animal spirits. This was a no rational but intuitive and wild. Entrepreneurship is the animal spirits. Animal spirits means being alive, the power of future. We need to my mindset or animal spirits. This was, being alive itself. This shows, big news. We were surprised. Tesla nerves. Tesla free frogs, Toyota, GM, Ford. Unbelievable. It's very big news. It means people value challenges, not products and hardware. People love challenges. People love startups. All about startups. There is many ways to build business. Basically big corporation doing the business plans to make a lean startup. This one is a big corporation's way to make business, but there's another way, uncertainty, and there too one. Ultra startup thinking, are thinking, oh, this I think is very famous, but affection. This one is for the startups. The very famous book 021, this Peter Tell, written by Peter Tell. This one is a method of ultra startup thinking. Startup thinking, what's the big difference complete? This one is complete opposite of existing, company. For example, existing company discussion first and action last second, thinking from the existing resource, and they have a meeting, of course, meeting rooms from and organize first, educate and motivate people. They're the people, even if they have no, motivation, no education, but they educate. But startups completely different. It's all about speed, thinking from the action, and no meeting room first. Doing first, thinking later. Do it with people who can do it. People who has motivated to do it. Startup never, well, of course, it's a one case. Never motivate people. Never educate people. But they doing the people with motivation, and they can do it. This is big difference, especially the first step. The company is temporary, but the existing company that will last. Good words. Mr. Toffler, future professor, the elite of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Good. Unlearning and relearning, this one is startups. This one is easy picture of the startup. Entrepreneurial startup at first start with 0 to 1. But usually if the business 0 to 1 become 1, so improves efficiency and make profit. But entrepreneur of the startups completely different. If the business 0 to 1, he or she take action to find the next business opportunity as soon as 0 zero become to one, aiming for future growth, finding opportunity uncertainty, and improving efficiency is a completely different mindset ability. But entrepreneur of startup need to have both point. They seek efficiency, they seek as a new opportunity in uncertainty. It's big difference. So 0 to 1, 0 to 1, and they seek 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. So startup shows a rapid growth. Startup is, coverage. And next, this is your moment. Think big, act now. Thank you so much. I'm waiting. You. Thank you.